Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go! Do you have absolute certainty on how you go from hello to yes on what you're looking for?
Sean is a master. He teaches. It's not just about sharing the formula with you. It's about making sure that we learn.
I went from $100,000 in debt from law school to having no money and starting my own law firm on my credit card to selling it 4 years later.
Sean and I, we co-created massive victories in 2 unwinnable jury trials, which are recognized nationally now as top 100 jury verdicts.
To be even on the same track with you, who I respect and admire and love with all my heart.
Never again submit. You're not better and you're not less than any human on earth.
When you shared with us about the Unblinded process and the mastery sales training, I just went, wow.
Sean will gain proximity to the most influential and powerful people. He will find out how he can grow their business, how he can help them personally. But the third thing that he does is the most important. Sean serves without an expectation of getting anything in return.
You have very, very high-performing colleagues.
22 years ago, you transformed my life as you did all these people's lives over the course of time. And I couldn't be more grateful. Let's hear it for Tony Robbins.
I don't see him as a lawyer, and I don't see him as a blind person. Someone who has subjugated his ego, who has taught me what serving really looks like.
You have this incredible ability to just have unconditional love for everyone, and that is just an incredible gift.
The moment you have been waiting for.
The American Blind Association. He's the first new face and voice of that association since Helen Keller.
I've learned from Sean, it's a language-based predictable model. We will have over 300 new sales meetings this month.
This superpower in the world that is attainable for you is the ability to influence people. If you believe that, say yes. If you believe that, say yes. Do you think that worked? Trajectory Tuesday. Thank everybody for being here, for your courage, your vulnerability, your leaning in. How are you, Vivian?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing great. Let's get to these amazing people.
Let's do it. In from Las Vegas, we have John Meng. As a civil engineer, the infrastructure of planes, trains, and automobiles has been John's work these past 25 years. Today, as founder and CEO of Strive Engineering, not only does he consult with real estate developers and public agencies, he's on a mission to help other engineers strive to understand that he has, as he has, the value of business ownership. So welcome, John Meng.
Oh, thanks for that introduction. That was wonderful, Vivian.
Hey, John, how are you?
Good, Sean. How are you?
Doing great. Thanks for being here. And what is your fun fact, John?
So my fun fact, I was trying to decide between 2, so I'm going to give you one real quick. My first triathlon was in October last year. It was a half Ironman. It was the first time, on race day, it was the first time I'd ever worn a wetsuit in the water.
That is outstanding. Well, John is wetsuitness. Our sales sorceress has worn a wetsuit. We'll get to that in a little bit. But in your triathlete journey, have you come across Siri Lindley at all?
I have not, but she's part of the reason I am doing triathlons. I saw her at UPW speaking, and she was a big influence on me getting started.
Isn't she extraordinary?
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. When I had the privilege of seeing her speak in 2018 at the leadership seminar in Los Angeles that Tony put on, I was blown away. And when it concluded, I said, that woman is the greatest motivational speaker I've ever heard. Her journey through confronting herself, the things that she went through, the micro distinctions after engaging the deepest levels of practice and self-sacrifice. She was washing her food, measuring everything every day to train. And then she didn't make the US Olympic team. And then she changed trainers, changed programming, went to Europe. Many of you may or may not know her story. And Siri became a world champion, a retired world champion. And we had the privilege here in Unblinded of calling her a friend, part of her world. And she was actually in the video before. And Siri is just absolutely extraordinary. So, John, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Wait, do you know what actually makes John so super cool? Is he has a Las Vegas Knights shirt on.
Go Knights!
Go Knights! So,
Go Knights! That's the Las Vegas hockey team.
Yes, Bellevue.
I'm kind of from Las Vegas, John.
Oh,
Bella?
all right, Bella.
Bella has many Las Vegas stories, John, and
Yes.
perhaps we will engage in them Unblinded after dark or not. We'll see what we get to. But Bella,
I might even have an after dark story in the night stadium, but we'll just save that for a different time. Let's continue.
Yes, excellent. So Vivian Guzman.
In from Orlando, Florida, we have Jordan Ostroff. Woo!
Thank you.
He started competing in trial competitions back in college and became an award-winning advocate for fictitious cases. He's since handled over 10,000 cases, including major felony cases. Today, he's managing partner of his own firm, Jordan Law. He focuses on business law, personal injury and litigation, and as president of Legalese Marketing, he loves to recreate what works with his firm with others. And he's podcast host of Let's Get Up to Business, sharing tips and tricks for business owners. Welcome, Jordan.
Thank you so much for having me. I went to UCF for college, so we were Golden Knights before the hockey team took the great name.
UCF is in the building. Jordan, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, appreciate you. And how about a fun fact?
So not this Super Bowl, but the last time the Super Bowl was in Tampa, I got to be in the halftime show with Bruce Springsteen.
Are you kidding?
Great. It was awesome. And we prepped at a high school for like 3 days before that. And he just came and played for like hours while we were just walking from, point A to point B on our thing to do on the field. It was great.
Who is better than Bruce? We could go all day. I've had the privilege of seeing Bruce Springsteen 80 times in concert, 4 times Bruce on Broadway, and stories are endless. So thank you for bringing that up. And how did you get into the marketing space? Like what was that about for you, Jordan?
I could not find a marketing company that ran that side of my firm the way that I wanted. And so I built the company that I wish I had found.
Amen.
Wow.
Awesome job. Thanks for being here.
Now, how terrible is it? I was also at that Super Bowl, Sean, and I had no idea that Bruce Springsteen played. I know you're so disappointed in me. He's so disappointed.
So you remember the Vegas hockey team?
I remember the Vegas hockey team, and I remember going to the Super Bowl. I might not remember a lot about the Super Bowl, but let's continue.
Yes. Vivian, Bellavrita. So our judges, please.
In from Irvine, California, we have Robert Nevares in the house. Founding partner and financial advisor at HN Financial Group, he helps executives and leaders achieve their goals when it comes to investment management and retirement. Robert also serves in the U.S. Navy and was a petty officer, 3rd class stationed with the U.S. Marine Corps. So welcome, Robert Nevares.
Thank you. Good
Robert, thank you for your service.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah. And how about a fun fact, Robert?
The fun fact, I generally dress like this, but, I've been doing martial arts for a long time. So I do jujitsu and karate, and I choke out my competition. That's a fun fact.
That is an awesome fun fact. Now, I'm actually blind. That's part of my fun fact. So what is it that you're wearing?
Oh, I'm just wearing a nice business shirt and, collar shirt, which I typically don't wear.
Nice.
I typically wear for work, but, it's people when they know me, they don't really associate me with martial arts and combat sports.
So what is your chosen martial art form?
Jiu-jitsu. I do jiu-jitsu and karate. I've been doing those for a long time. Compete. My son is in jiu-jitsu. That's, definitely a passion of mine.
Awesome. And of course, jiu-jitsu is the form that wins virtually every UFC thing forever, going back to the original UFC battle to start it all, which had a karate person, a sumo wrestler. Gracie was in that original one. It was crazy. And then, of course, that was the beginning of it all, and saying jiu-jitsu is the mixed martial arts form extraordinaire. So welcome, Robert.
Thank you, Sean.
Awesome. Vivian, who do we got?
We have Arthur Bacall in the house from New York City. Snapshot, Arthur Bacall with P. Diddy. Headline, collaborates with Tom Colicchio, a 5-time James Beard Foundation Award-winning American celebrity chef. Why? He's Manhattan's hospitality guru. Arthur Bacall is CEO of Bacall Hospitality Group and has managed and operated the swankiest and most glittering galas in New York for over 20 event spaces, including the Mandarin Oriental, Appella, Versa, AOG Design, T-Bar Steak and Lounge, and he also owns state-of-the-art enterprises and event management firms. So welcome, Arthur Bacall.
Thank you. Great to be here, Vivian, Sean. Thank you.
Yeah, Arthur, thank you for being here. And how about a fun fact besides all of that other fun?
Yeah, that stuff's all like old hat. No, I mean, talking about when Robert said about outfits, I think this is going on 365 days that I haven't put a suit and tie on since I'm used to being in the hotel world and all these fancy parties. And I'm kind of liking the vibe it's giving me. It's feeling a lot more, I don't know, like unblinded and unleashed. So I feel good. Right?
So Arthur, where are you in the world today?
I'm in New York. I'm in the city.
Cool.
My virtual background is my rooftop bar, which will be ready to reopen once the weather gets nice and people are ready to really party, which I hope is very soon.
Yes.
And I would like you all there at one time or another in the next 6 months. Let's make it a goal.
Let's go. It would be an honor. And what's the name of your bar?
Versa, VERSA.
All right. So
Versatility,
it is.
boy, we have to be versatile during these times.
That is
Wait,
it.
Sean Callaghan, did I just hear you say that you were going to go to a bar?
I will go for Arthur because he
We'll
seems
serve
like
food. Don't worry. It's not all drinks.
Yes.
Oh.
And could you make a good sweet tea, Arthur? Like a non-alcoholic sweet tea? Could we like put that up? That would be amazing. So thank you.
I will drink at your bar, Arthur, because I would not want to disrespect you in a way to come to your bar and not have a drink. And I bet Vivian would meet you there too.
I will definitely.
Everybody's invited.
And we'll get our angel, Sean Callaghan, the mulled wine, the spiced mulled wine from It's a Wonderful Life.
Perfect. Perfect, Vivian. So who do we got to go with? Robert and Arthur as our third judge.
We have in, from Locust Valley, Manda Calamian in the house. Woo!
All right. I'm sorry. All right, let's go.
A woman who uses ethos is after my heart, Sean.
Right.
As founding member of the Institute of Politics and Global Affairs at Cornell, Manda's advocacy sheds
The
light.
big red are in the house. We had the Tigers yesterday of Princeton. We had the big red. So there's like safety school chants going in different directions. We'll get back to that though.
Cornell, Manda's advocacy sheds light on preserving Native American culture, our environment, sustainability, and animal rescue. Her messaging can be seen. Her ethos appear on MSNBC's Morning Joe or Times Square billboards, TV spots, and music videos. She's created through her own production company, White Feathers. She's also founder and president of Kana Foundation, bringing awareness to wild horses and environmental destruction, and dedicates her farm in Long Island to rewilding horses. So welcome, Manda.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And Sean, it's an honor to meet you.
It's an honor to meet you, Amanda. What an extraordinary mission that you're on. So how do we go from the world of the big red to the preservation of horses, and what's there for you?
So the Big Red I really didn't go to school there, but I am a founding member of their Institute of Politics here on Long Island because I do a lot of work with former Congressman Steve Israel. And this is his institute. So he has been on the Save the Wild Horse journey with me for the last 7 years. And so I support all of his work, and we work cooperatively, right, to bring bipartisanship and sustainable solutions to the wild horse crisis here in this country, which in turn, we will be turning into environmental sustainability, fighting climate change.
Well, Amanda, that is awesome and amazing, of course. And how about your fun fact?
So my fun fact about myself, not to freak anybody out, but I have this little thing. I get to communicate with my animals. They kind of tell me things and I hear them.
Oh.
You know what? Bella, I think there was like a plant medicine thing and talking to animals. Bella, is that true?
I might have talked to animals on plant medicine, but I have a feeling that that's not what Amanda does. And she may not need plant medicine to talk to animals because some people just have that ability without psychedelics and some need psychedelics. But
Got it. Thank you for that clarification. So Amanda, please share with us the dynamic. And I'm saying this seriously. What's present for you around communicating with animals?
Well, so I'm a very spiritual person, and the work that I do, I feel it's my purpose. It's my journey. It's what I came here to really do. And it sort of took me a while to find the path. I've always been a little left of center, right? Got married, had a couple of kids, but was never, did the thing. And it was sort of like, well, who am I? This doesn't define me. This isn't the person that I am. And so I've been following the path, and I hear what the horses say and what their needs are. Vets will come to me with a picture and say, what's wrong here? And it's not really a gift. It's just who I am. And so if I can be of service with who I am, then I will do that.
Well, I'm perceiving resonance with the sales sorceress, and we'll come back in a minute. Like there's deep resonance. I'm seeing.
Can I ask one quick question?
Yeah.
Like I just want, like, what is like the craziest like thing that you've heard, like one of the animals like say to you? Like, can you bring me a Coke or like something like that?
Okay. So I have a horse in the barn, and when you learn to, and I'm sure this Sean, will attest or understands and explain.
This is my version of sports talk, Sean. Someone mentions sports and you'll go on for 5 minutes. This is my version of sports talk.
Of course.
So continue, Amanda.
When you learn to see things through a specific kind of lens, a perception, when you are open to perceiving things that are sent to you, come to you, the journey, how it is, open to all things, no matter what, then you understand how they come to you, or the journey. An interesting fact. So I have a horse. It came to me in the oddest of ways. It was so strange and unusual. And it landed in my barn, and I said, okay, well, obviously I'm meant to have this horse and it's mine and I have to keep it. So I have this horse, and I would look at him all the time, and I kept looking at him and I kept saying, oh my God, you look just like me. Not really. But what I would see was myself in this animal. So we became very close, and he loves carrots. And he has explained to me that carrots are so important. He is a horse that is of the spirit realm. He's a spirit guide horse from thousands and thousands of years ago. And back in the days of the Greek gods and goddesses, they loved carrots. Carrots were the food of the gods and the food of the god-like horses. And that's why humans, jewelry, diamonds, emeralds, all of these rare stones and things are counted in carats because they're so valuable to people. That's because people understood the words carats as being the most valuable, important. It was like the nectar of the gods. And he's explained that to me. That's why carats are so important to him, and he must have them every day, all the time.
Amanda, thank you for that share. My perception is that Bella Verita, my level 5 listening, is going to be on the next plane to hang out with you. And we are very appreciative that you're here today. So
it's an honor, and you can all come. We have a lot of fun. I have goats, dogs, wild animals. They all talk to you. Bees.
I think it's just the funnest fact of the show is like, and now I know why things are counting carrots, because I like big carrots.
That's right. That's the gods. The gods convey that to the people, and that's how come the people. Your stones are in carrots.
I love it.
Vivian, it is an extraordinarily interesting world in which we live. Truly. So let's hear about the sales sorceress.
Oh my goodness. One who loves big carrots. But at the age of 8 years old, Bella started selling crafts on her front lawn and grew these sales skills into a booming 7-figure network marketing business, helping thousands build 6-figure businesses. She then built the #1 business brokerage in the state of Nevada. Today, she's known for her sales sorcery as CEO at Align Sales, a female-only sales recruiting agency. Here, she doubles sales revenue, increases sales conversions, and places sales unicorns across companies, helping them scale and grow their business, their money, time, and magic. Welcome, Bella Verita.
Why, thank you, Vivian.
Bella Verita, how are you, and what is your fun fact for today?
The fun fact that came up for me today, and I think it was Robert started talking about martial arts, and I do this show every day, so I have to come up with a fun fact almost every day. And Sean, did you know that I did Kung Fu as a child?
No.
I did Kung Fu. I actually made it to, I think it was like a yellow belt or an orange belt. I might have even made it to brown belt. I would have to check with my dad. And my dad used to train with me, and I have actually been kicked in the head with a roundhouse kick by my father while we were training.
That is an unbelievable fun fact.
Yeah. So when I forget things, I just say it's because my dad kicked me in the head.
Which is why you ended up not going back to that after 5 years old and quitting.
Yeah. I think I was like much older by the time, I think because we were in Florida, and I think I was probably like 10 years old. And by the time my dad kicked me in the head. So
Well,
I probably
we're glad that you survived and made it, and that your dad did not get arrested, and that you're here ready to talk to horses and carrots.
Which is it was actually probably my kung fu training that allowed me to out wrestle you on a trampoline wrestle. So that's probably what it is. That's where I got my skills from.
That is a gross distortion, an immense breach of integrity-based human influence at the craziest of levels. So thank you very much, Bella Verita. Vivian, what is your fun fact?
I was gonna go with having done the triathlon, because I did do it, and how my bicycle was taken away from me because I was too long in the leg of doing the cycling. So I got kidnapped by a van so I could make it to the end. But I actually was going to share my story of how at what time did you think I got my license, my driver's license, Sean?
Well, I'm going to guess it's not 17 in light of the question.
Okay. I didn't drive till I was 26 when I went out to California.
Extraordinary. So thank you for that, Vivian. My fun fact for today will be that I used to jump off my parents' roof into the backyard pool. So that's my fun fact for today. And let's rock and roll. Vivian, we love you. You are truly magnificent, lovely, joyful, kind, thoughtful, and generous, and many other things. So we love you.
Thank you. Love you all. Love you too, Sean. Thank you, Vivian.
Bella Verita, we got work to do. So who's going first, John or Jordan?
Well, I think since Jordan has been here before, he should get to go first and lead the way for John.
Jordan, would you like to be the trailblazer that you are on the Real Raw?
Sure. At the very least, John can learn what not to do.
And who would you like Bella Verita to be?
You are a law firm owner struggling to get their firm to the next level, whatever that is.
I love it.
Love
All right.
It's my favorite.
Are you ready, Bella Verita?
I'm ready.
Take us in, please, sir.
Sure. Thank you, Bella. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So we're going to get real and we're going to get raw in this conversation over the next couple minutes. So I want to start with a positive. What are you grateful for today?
I would say I am most grateful for the people in my life. I have extraordinary friends, extraordinary business partners. I'm super grateful for the Unblinded community, Adam, Fernando, this guy, Sean Callaghan. You may have heard of him a couple of times, and just everyone in that community and all the great friends that I have.
That's awesome. I like to say that high seas raise all boats. So it sounds like you got some wonderful people helping you rise that sea.
I do. I am very, very lucky. I have great friends all around. Definitely, like even my core girlfriends, they're amazing as well.
Awesome. So with those great relationships and connections, then what brings you here today?
I have a law firm and I'm interested in growing my law firm.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the firm?
Yeah, I'm the new owner of Callaghan Law. I just took it over. And now, they've been wildly successful, but I seem to think that I could do a better job. And so I'm looking to see if there's any other ways for me to grow and scale Callaghan Law, which is now going to become Bella Verita Law.
I've heard some good things about that firm, but I think you're totally correct. I really think you can make it even better.
Yeah.
So do you have anything in mind that you're looking for? What would that success look like to you?
Let's see. Well, I would say, right now, I think we have 3 offices, and I think I should have an office in every state.
There we go.
Yep.
So 3 offices in 3 different states or in the same
3
state?
different states.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So 3 down, 47 to go.
Yeah. And, Sean is only one of 2 attorneys that has won a top 100 national jury verdict. So I definitely am going for 3.
All right. So we gotta kick Sean's booty on on those verdicts and get in the other 47 states.
Exactly.
Is there a state that you're looking to get into first? Is there an area that you'd like to expand to prioritize wise?
I'm going to go with Texas since that's my main state.
All right, so fresh off the newly frozen Texas. Let's try and
Yes, of which I was stuck in Frozen, by the way. But I've got to take a quick call because Sean's actually trying to get his law firm back. So if you'll give me just a moment, and I'll be right back.
Bella Brita, outrageous. Jordan, what is happening here in my absence? What is this woman trying to do? Please help me.
I mean, she already bought your firm, so now we're going into 50 states, and we want 3 of those top verdicts so that we can dethrone you with your 2. So we're going for Texas next.
I hear you guys. I hear like a rebellion is present. No, but Jordan, awesome job, man. Love the energy. Love your fun.
Thank you so much.
And thank you. Bella, we'll get back to you in a second. But John, would you like Bella to be?
Oh, how about you're an engineer that I'm recruiting?
Oh, nice. Love it. Let's take us in, John, please.
Awesome. Hi, Bella. This is John from Strive Engineering. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to me today.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time to chat with me.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of our mutual clients suggested I give you a call. He said that you're a fantastic project manager, and he shared that he feels like your current company's holding you back a bit. That maybe there's a little bit too much bureaucracy.
Yeah.
And you've shared with him you want to be a business owner someday. So I just want to kind of feel that out with you if we could spend some time talking about that.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely spot on. Thank you.
Great. So let me ask you, what do you think is holding you back at your company now?
Well, I think it's just, the company itself is not very innovative. And so we've been doing the things the same way for quite some time. I've been, doing the same job the same way for a long time. And it's getting old. I think there's new ways to innovate. There's new things to do. Technology is always, growing and advancing. And I just don't think that we're keeping up. And I feel like my creativity is really quite stumped.
No, I can understand where you're coming from on that. It can be difficult when you're working from somebody else to get that creative stuff going.
Yeah. And I don't, even though I've worked for this company for a while, I don't think I really like having a boss. I think I would make a better boss.
Yeah, I can understand that. That's pretty much what the client said also, is he said, you've got a lot of talent, and if you could get it freed up, you could really do some amazing things. But I'm really curious what you think business ownership looks like for you. Like, why haven't you done that so far?
So that's 2 different questions. Why haven't I done it so far? What does it look like? Which would you rather know first?
I kind of want to know what it looks like to you first,
okay.
And then we can get to why haven't you done it yet?
Okay. So what it looks like, to me is, I want to create an environment where people love coming to work, and that we can grow and scale. Like the culture is there, and it's a fun place to work, but that we get stuff done. And that we really serve clients at a high level, and where everybody's ideas are welcomed and innovated on. And, I also love, inspiring and growing people as individuals. So it also being an environment for growth. But I have to take a quick call. I think my boss is calling. So I probably need to put this
Bella,
on.
Where's that project? The project was supposed to be on my desk.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. It's on its way. Such a mean boss.
John, how are you doing, man?
You can see why I want to leave, John.
So what was present for you around that chat with Bella?
I was really just trying to get to understand, why does she want to be a business owner someday? And I really was starting to feel a connection. So, to get that freedom, to get the innovation, all of it was hitting right in line with where we're going to be going in the next 3 minutes. So
awesome. All right. Thank you, John. Bella, if you had like a sentence or so for Jordan and John, what do you got?
I think both of them, they made the opening very natural, like that rapport building stage, very natural and opening. I didn't feel like stuffy, or I didn't feel like either one of them were trying to sell me something. That was longer than one sentence, but there, that's my sentences.
Thank you for that. Manda, what do you have for Jordan? 15 seconds or so on what worked, 15 seconds on what can be optimized, And please, a score on a scale of 1 to 10. Thanks, Amanda.
I loved the fact that Jordan was very strategic in his questioning. He knew exactly what he wanted to know from her. He was trying to, I could see in his mind, orchestrate what he should know to help her and how that would be. Oh my God, I'm sorry. And I thought that was amazing. I would have liked to see a little bit more interpersonal reaction, like a little interpersonal in that, right? Less strategic, but I thought you were fantastic. A 9.
Nice. And thank you, Amanda. How about for John?
And for John, it was so interesting for me watching the two of them. I thought your interpersonal relationship and you were trying to really get into Bella's head and understand the dynamic of her passion. I mean, how much did you really want this? And I think you did a great job with that. But perhaps maybe in between that, a little bit more strategic. You know, I looked at the both of you, and together you both had each pieces together. So I don't know. You were a 9 to me. You were both perfect.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda. Beautiful feedback. Arthur, please, sir, what'd you have for Jordan?
Yeah, no, I thought, listen, starting with Jordan, I thought he connected really well. Moved to some, got it very personal, got it very comfortable, moved it along. I thought there was a little bit more of specifics. I think he could have elicited it out. It just got, he was doing more of the suggesting at the end, where I think John, moving over to him, I thought the connection was good. I thought Jordan's was a little quicker, but I think John got a little bit more specific. It was more probing and trying to get a little bit more of the answers that he needed, and didn't really, just kept probing a little bit more, which is good because it was more about a job possibility and knowing why that person wanted to change their jobs. I thought they both did a very good job. I would give them like 8.5 because I don't know. I think we're going to do another one. I don't want to give a 9 or 10 so fast, but they're both super good.
Awesome. And Arthur, what's like the craziest thing in your world of hospitality and restaurants and fanciness and elegance that you've seen out there in any party, any gathering, any situation?
Oh no, listen, I've done one of the most legendary over-the-top parties that had multiple celebrity entertainers that were in one night. It was a private party, and we had people like 50 Cent and the Eagles and Aerosmith, Tom Petty, all these people. Like when you think about it over the top, that was before the last, like now we have the pandemic. That was before the crash of 2008-9. So it was right before then, where everything was out of control. But the coordination and the connections with the people that night will live on forever. It was just, there was even more people that were performing that night. It was just, it was an epic. It was one of the greatest experiences in my profession.
50 Cent and Tom Petty in the same night, that had to be quite wild.
It was amazing. But it was just the coordination and what my collective team, which was a huge team that night, pulled together to pull this all off. It was just
Bella Verita, what I'm hearing that Arthur is an expert in is all businesses created by relationship. And Bella, all relationships require a blank. What is it?
All relationships require
to be created. What are we doing here on the Real Raw? A blank and a blank. A shared
experience.
Arthur is the master of shared experiences. That's what I'm hearing. What do you say?
I agree.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. So let's go, Robert. What'd you have for Jordan, please?
Yeah, I felt Jordan came off very likable and built that relationship very quickly, which is always a challenge, especially if it's somebody you haven't spoken to. So fantastic job there. I felt like it could have been maybe a little more directed versus open-ended, but I thought you did a great job of getting Bella to really share her vision of where she wanted to be in a very short amount of time, which is amazing. So I'd give that a 9 as well. For John, thought it was great. And, in typical engineer fashion, went straight to the heart of what you wanted, which I like, I respect, I like that. But you also did a great job too, because you're talking to another engineer that probably doesn't want to do as much of a dance. They want to be a little more direct. So I think that you're using the right language with the right people, but maybe could have been a little bit more engaging and drawing that out, that emotion out, building a little more relationship in there, but did a great job, also a 9.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that, Robert. Excellent work. So we're ready for round 2. Bella's back. Her project is still not on my desk, John, but are you ready to continue?
Hey, Bella. Hey, I'm glad we get back on a call.
Thank you. Thank you. My boss is awful, which is definitely why I'm looking to leave. So,
Hey, been there. Totally understand it, and it's difficult. You know, we had a great conversation so far, but there's one question I'd like to ask and get real clarity on is, why are you still working for him? Why haven't you created your own company yet?
ooh. I think I don't know like what is the like first step. You know, I think there's a lot of uncertainty, you know, at least with where I'm at, there's, you know, certainty, and with all the like uncertainty in the world right now, there's a you know, can I do it? You know, kind of some of those things kind of come up. And, you know, and I think too, up until now, you know, my kids, you know, needed to raise the kids, and, you know, there was a lot less ability to take a risk factor. Whereas now they're, you know, the kids are grown, they're in college, and, you know, now I have the ability to take a little bit more risk.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. May I share a little bit about Strive Engineering and about my background?
Definitely.
So I came from working for big companies as well. I worked for Fortune 500 companies in top roles. And what I experienced is very much what you've talked about, where you don't have control, you don't have the ability to innovate. You maybe don't have the ability to even leave work when you need to take care of your kids.
Yeah.
And so about 18 months ago, I took a blind leap and created Strive Engineering to be completely and totally different. And so the reason I wanted to connect with you, and especially understanding what I know now, is our business model fits you so well. Our model is, it's a business in a box. We actually help you start your own company as a Strive Engineering franchise, where you immediately have employees that are within the larger umbrella, but you can go out and sell work, connect with your clients, and do the things you like to do while having people in this other group that can get work done for you. So I'm curious how that feels to you.
That feels incredibly fascinating. I am highly interested.
Well, would you like to set up a lunch where we can sit down and talk more? And maybe we can set it up, say, next Tuesday, 3 o'clock?
Yes. What is your favorite restaurant in Vegas that we would go to? Because that would depend on where we would meet.
Well, you know, if you're a Knights fan, we've got to go to Shake Shack and keep it real, you know, and just have one of those wonderful burgers like you can get at the stadium.
Bella, are you at rehab again? Could you please get this project done and get out of rehab, please?
Thank you, John.
Thanks,
although I don't know if I'm meeting you at Shake Shack, but we'll save that.
You're not a Knights fan then if you don't eat Shake Shack. They have not lost yet if I had a Shake Shack burger before the game.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Well, how about you just go to Shake Shack and then you meet me somewhere like Ariel or something? How about that?
So clearly you're not an engineer. I understand.
Oh yeah, that's right. You probably don't go to those fancy restaurants.
So amazing. So John, great job. Jordan, Bella is back. She has kicked me out of my office at Caligari Law again, and she's ready to go.
Wonderful. So, you know, we were talking about you want to go into all 50 states. You want 3 of those top verdicts. Texas is the next state you want to go into. Just tell me a little bit about what kind of people or what kind of cases you want the firm to handle. And then from there, we can put together that custom proposal to make sure we get you the success that you're looking for.
Yeah. Well, I would say, you know, we are already the best at medical recovery. You know, before I bought the firm, I taught Sean everything that he knows to be able to build, you know, through this thing called the formula. And so now I'm just going to take, you know, the formula and really multiply the medical recovery.
Fantastic. So in terms of us putting together the proposal to help you achieve those goals that you want, what makes the most sense as the next step for you? I mean, are there other people that you want to involve in a senior leadership team, or you just want to set up a longer meeting between us?
I definitely think I'm definitely a team person, so I think it's really important to have the leadership team present for sure.
All right, so why don't we do this? Let's take, give me about a week or two so we can run some numbers and do some more research into specifically those kind of cases in Texas, so we can have the right proposal put together for you all. And then
So what is it that you do?
So we're going to put together the marketing plan that gets you the success you're looking for. We're going to look at some different channels and some opportunities that are there in Texas to get those medical recovery cases, to get those top verdicts so that you can surpass the success that Sean had beforehand. And then from there, we can talk about getting into the 46 other states. So that's what makes us different. Rather than telling you what we think the solution is, we want to hear about your ideal client and your firm to then put together the proposal that makes the most sense, as opposed to what we think fits, because not every firm's the same. Not every person's the same.
Got it. Okay.
That being said, for a longer pitch, not going to do Shake Shack. We got to go somewhere nicer. So what would make the most sense for you in terms of a better restaurant in Texas, like Salt Lake Barbecue?
Salt Lake is in Texas. What's my favorite place in Texas? I don't know. Nothing's coming to mind but
All right.
wherever you suggest.
Fantastic. So then we'll get together in a couple weeks and we'll have the proposal for you.
All right. Sounds great.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Jordan, how'd that feel for you?
It's interesting. In the first half, I felt rushed, and then in the other half, we had like 30 seconds left at the end. So I should have had something more. I just, we did I think a good job setting up that next meeting.
I think you did a great job. Excellent.
Thank you.
How would you feel about me jumping in as you for a moment, and you could play Bella taking over Caligula?
Sure. I'm excited. We did this a couple months ago, my first Real Raw. So I am super excited to experience this again.
All right. So thanks, man. All right. So, hey, Bella, thanks so much for taking the phone call. I know we have like 3 minutes, and I know you've taken over Caligula. How did this come to be? Like, why is this, and what's this all about?
I just, Sean did a really good job building something and then moved on to some other opportunities. And we felt that it was a great opportunity to get a little bit more invested in all the success they'd had, and hopefully continue it on a little bit more.
Yeah, awesome. And what's in it though for you, Bella? What's the ultimate vision of Bella's life, and how does this kind of fit in? When we talk to clients about their acceleration, we believe in creating more money in less time with scale and more magic. What's the money, time, magic dynamic look like for you going forward?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I mean, I feel like we have the moral imperative to help as many people as we can, because we are truly the best fit for them on their cases. And so the more people that know of us, are aware of us, that get that same feeling, the more people we can truly help through often their biggest time of need.
Yeah. And what would you say your biggest challenges are right now as you look at where things are and where you want to take it?
I would say the biggest challenge is, I think that we've got some right players in the right seats, but having just that little extra number of cases to be able to fill out a larger team to continue to grow during the path that we have without sacrificing that awesome high touch that we have for each individual client.
Yeah, well, extraordinary. I know we have like a minute to go. Would it be okay if I shared a little about myself?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
So first, the resonance of your statement, the flag in the ground that you put about a moral imperative, speaks to my heart and my soul. And congratulations on what you stand for in the world, because so many folks look at the space of acceleration, growth, and scaling as something about them. But what I'm hearing from you, Bella, is that you look at this as from a perspective of knowing what you can bring to people, and the fact that there's a lot of folks out there operating in the legal space, just like every space, that really provides suboptimal services. And your commitment, your moral commitment to growth and acceleration and the bringing of truth is refreshing and extraordinary. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. And about 10 years ago, I still have a law firm, but I was present to person after person, moment after moment, marketing lie. I used to say fable or myth after marketing lie was presented to me. No matter what I did, where I looked, I couldn't get the help and support I wanted and needed. I wasted money, I wasted time, I wasted energy. Finally, I said enough. I'm going to study this, master it, prove that it works for myself, and then go serve others, because I too, Bella, believe there's a moral imperative in helping people bring their mission to the world. So that's where I'm at. If any of that resonates with you, the how to, the what, all those things, I'd be very happy to discuss with you in a 30-minute this chat. How would that resonate for you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I heard from Sean that the firm had been through 97 prior marketing people for this. So I'm excited to not hit 100.
Yes, so extraordinary. So out of role, Jordan, how'd that feel for you?
Great. I just it's really interesting to me because I totally agree with what you're saying when you're playing me, and I think we have very similar actual stories. Obviously, I think you are farther through your chapters of success in that book than I am, but a lot of what you say resonates with me.
Yeah, well, brother, I'm super curious about what you're up to and all that you're doing. So thank you. And Bella, aside from the fact that you're stealing my law firm, how did that resonate for you?
The only thing I kept thinking about was I understand why you still have a very successful law firm. It would be very, very, very challenging, I think, to purchase your law firm and even try to do a better job than you. But it was a fun role to play for sure.
Oh, Bella, you're extraordinary. And this is not like mutual admiration society, but Bella's ability to open listening through fun energy and to deliver heart-centeredness, Zeus energy drop-in is unparalleled. I've seen Bella in some of the biggest rooms in the world with some of the most extraordinarily successful people like yourselves. And in every scenario, she is selfless. She's fun. She's crazy, but she's heart-centered, integrous, and selfless. So thank you, Bella.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's hit it, judges. So let's go reverse order. Robert, what do you have, please, for John?
So for John, I think you did a much better job. You got to the emotion of, why and how she could make that leap into business ownership. I think you could have provided maybe a little more clarity on your value, right? As you're basically eliminating the fear of her making that leap. But I think you did a great job, much better job round two, connecting, what you do. So great job.
And did you give a score?
I would say you got a 9.2. You got to ratchet it up a little bit and get, it's not perfect, but you're getting up there.
And how about for Jordan?
Yes, Jordan also did a great job. I think one of the things, you had some extra time. What I would have liked to have seen is maybe delivering, your process. If you're, because your business model is not, forcing somebody to go into a certain path, maybe explain that process a little bit more and how you're able to figure out what your client needs. And so, but ultimately also very great. You're just a likable guy. Anybody's going to take a lunch with you. So that's a 9.3. How about that? You just to give you a little competition between you and John.
Thank you so much, Robert. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Yeah, appreciate it. So Robert, you are a martial artist. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
So I cannot be out of integrity from one person who has a martial arts background, not as extensive as yours, to another. Bella Verita technically did win a quasi sumo wrestling match on a trampoline off of Necker Island because she kept kicking my ankle out. So I started dragging her up the thing. I slipped off. I did fall in the water first. So in integrity, Bella Verita actually did win round one of the sumo match on the trampoline on an angle. So I have to be in integrity, Robert.
I appreciate that integrity. In the gym, we say no ref, no foul. So I'm going to have to give that one to Bella.
Very, very true. But Bella did not fare well in round two. But that is true.
It was a tie in round two. So you still never beat me.
That is ridiculous. Okay.
That is not ridiculous.
Thank you. It sounds like there needs to be a third round to determine ultimate victor.
So will you all join us on Necker Island for the Facebook Live? And Robert, would you referee this match?
I would absolutely referee that match.
Thank you.
No bias.
No bias. So thank you, Robert, for being here. And how was your day on the Real Raw today?
It's been great. I mean, this has been a good experience, a lot of fun. Again, the energy level of everybody has been amazing. That's infectious, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you. So Arthur, did you ever have like a Jello wrestling match at one of your parties?
No, but maybe that's going to be a post-pandemic experience that we want to add to the list to try to mix it up. But no, but we've done Jello in other forms, yes.
Yes, and so I would love to get a rating on my party from the master, but let's first give John and Jordan some numbers here. So what do you have for John?
I'll start with John. Listen, I think he did a great job in the second round. I think there was a great connection there. I think listening to Bella's story and then telling your own story shows, not only through a connection, but showing empathy, which I think is really key in making that connection. And I think it was very easy then to follow up with trying to set up a follow-up lunch date, even though you didn't agree upon where it was going to be, whether it's Shake Shack or something more expensive, which she looked like she clearly wanted you to up the numbers there. So I don't know if you would secure her fully as an employee or moving her over, but you did a great job.
And your score is?
Yeah, clearly a 9.
Nice.
And Jordan, I think, listen, like was said before, great connector, great positive personality. I think the questions, what I would have liked to have seen, because you did have so much more time and not have her even ask what you do, you should have been out there kind of putting it out there, like why it's important with the marketing and everything that you would do for the firm. And I think you could have told a little bit more and given more details about that. But I think overall you're great, so I give you a 9 as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So now, excellent job again, John and Jordan and Arthur. So here's the question. I want a party rating, please, Arthur. We need a score. And the mischievous fairy, Nicole Maiello, who plans this party, if you feel like chiming in with the save the date for the crowd, please do. So we have a Christmas and holiday party where you roll up to the Brook Lake Country Club, and we have Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a real reindeer, with Yukon Cornelius from the Rudolph Show. You go in, we have carolers in a sleigh. This is all what Nicole creates. And then you move into a room that looks like, has the most massive, crazy buffet. We have the abominable 14-foot abominable snowman. We have a 14-foot Frosty. And then Scrooge, as he navigates through the walking tables with drinks on them, launches the parade into the main room in which bagpipes are playing, snow is falling, and then after this massive introduction of lights and lights out, and we go through this incredibly deep moment from Polar Express on giant screens, then we have Santa Claus is Coming to Town, played by the Bruce Springsteen cover band. I know, Arthur, we could upgrade it with you to Bruce himself. We have to talk about that. And then we have little people elves being chased by the abominable snowman, as well as Santa, into the room. So your rating on that party, which ends at 2 a.m., and then the after party goes to 6 a.m., and your expertise, please, sir.
Oh, this is a good party. This could take some planning, but I'm going to need to get paid well for this one, because this looks like this is a recipe. We need a lot of insurance. Looks like a lot of stuff could go wrong, but we'll make sure it's great. But this party, I think people are going to want to be there. Let's just make sure we can open this up. Is it in person or is it virtual? Is it a hybrid?
Oh no, this is in person. We've done this, and we have a mechanical reindeer. So we'll be looking for
This is an 11. This is like good.
All right, excellent. So Nicole Maiello is smiling ear to ear, the mischievous fairy, also called Tink, with your rating, your expert rating, Arthur, and you're all invited. We'll have a save the date, Nicole drop in the chat, as well as thank you so much. And Manda, if somebody's like, there's this thing called the Real Raw, and I don't know quite what it is. Manda, do you think I should go on it? What would you tell them?
Yeah, I absolutely think you should go on it, because I think you need to put yourself out there. And we all have to do that. And if you don't put yourself out there, you can't know who you really are. And if you don't know who you really are, you don't know how good you could really be and who you are.
Awesome. So, and we'd love to know your feedback, but can we give the score in carats for Jordan and John? Does that sound fair?
Give it in carats. Send me an address. They come in 20-pound bags, organic only, always.
Awesome. So what do you have for John and Jordan, please?
So I would say, John, the thing that I really respect, and kudos to you, my friend, is I can feel who you are. And that's so important to me, because if I'm going to invest myself with you, I want to know who you are. I want to know that you're a real person, that you're not just a facade of what you think I want you to be. And I feel that that is such a strong point for yourself. That's a gift that you have. And I think you presented yourself beautifully that way. I like to see a little bit more strategy involved.
And your score is?
9.2.
9.2.
For Jordan.
Jordan, I think that you seem like the consummate businessman. I respect that. You know exactly where I'm supposed to be in my business. But I want you to And that's the one part you are like amazing, and you've got such a great energy and a vibe, and you're talking the talk. And I feel confident that you know what I need to do, but I want you to know who I am. So I know that information is for me. So I would say 9.1. You got better. Everybody's great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And Jordan, how was today for you, brother? And thank you again for being back.
Wonderful as always. Every time that I'm here or in the clubhouse rooms, whatever, with y'all, always learn something new, always enjoyable. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And John, how about yourself, man? How was your day on the Real Raw today?
This is fantastic. Thanks for putting this on and having both Jordan and I here. Jordan, it was awesome hearing from you also and seeing what you're up to. And Bella, I hope to see you in Vegas.
Definitely.
Just not at Shake Shack.
This is not a Shake Shack.
So that was a test, and you really did fail, because Golden Knights fan, like big time, that's the place you eat at a game.
Yeah, I understand.
John, Bella kind of rolls like the beat of her own drum. Bella, is that fair?
That is fair.
Yes.
That is fair.
Final from you, Bella Verita.
Final is, first I want to thank everyone for being here today and contributing today. And, sounds like some of you have been back, some of you are new. And so every Monday we do what is unblinded, what is real raw, how to become unblinded, because really and truly, there is no one better that has a better formula for growing and scaling businesses. I have worked with a ton of them, and the formula that Sean teaches that he goes over every Monday night for free. So definitely join us for that. And then Jordan mentioned Clubhouse. So every morning at 9 a.m., Sean does a ecosystem merging. So you are all here, there's opportunities to ecosystem merge, to work together. So you want to come back on Monday through Friday on the Unblinded Clubhouse to articulate how that actually happens, how you can do that so you have more time and money and magic. And then right after that, we do the, for sales professionals as well. And, sometimes it just comes to a point where it's the end of the road. I've had enough of Unblinded and all of that. And you're just nah, that really wasn't that much fun. It didn't really take that much away. And I just kind of want to go crawl under a rock instead. And if that is the case, we definitely respect that. We will send flowers and angels and carrots and talking horses and all the things to comfort you during that moment of sorrow, because we will definitely miss you, but we wish you well on your journey. So thank you all so much for being here.
Yes. But for those that want to continue the journey, we want to co-create with you, flag in the ground, there is a formula to accelerating your money, your time, your magic, your scaling. It's acquirable, it's reproducible, it's transferable, it's a superpower of influence, it's understanding how to ecosystem merge and what to do with it in integrity, and getting ourselves to do it, dealing with our fear of rejection or fear of failure, which are extraordinary and mind-numbing. This is more than 500 Real Raw since COVID has begun, and all of this leaves unbelievable patterns, including all the hundreds of people we work with at Unblinded, extraordinary people like yourselves. Thank you so much for being here today. And Bella, we are all blind.
And just learning to see.
All right,
thank you all.
Great day, guys. Again, John, Jordan, Manda, Arthur, Robert, thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
So much.
Thank you.